It's time for another road trip, and this time I'm headed a little further than usual. I'm going to LA for Renegade Craft Fair, and it's over 300 miles away, which is going to be around 6 to 7 hours of driving, which is a lot. So I'm going to be taking some breaks in between. But since I need to get up early in the morning, I'm going to go ahead and get a head start on packing. It's just about 6 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm ready to start the first leg of the drive over. Last year I did this drive twice, with the first time being for Renegade, so I'm pretty comfortable with it now. But this time I wanted to make a few more stops and make it a little more scenic instead of just driving straight to LA. I made it to my first pit stop of the trip, and my friend recommended I come to Morro Bay to check it out. So I have my film camera and I'm going to be taking some photos now, and we're about 2.5 hours into the drive so far. Morro Bay was quite a bit cloudier than I was expecting, and I was hoping for some sunlight to cast some cool shadows against the big rock, but it was still a really nice day, and I actually saw another photographer out when I was driving into the parking lot. Film photography for me is something I'm not too serious about, and it's just another creative outlet that I give myself to have fun with friends when I'm out or just visiting another cool place. I used to develop my own film in my bathroom at home, but it's a very long process, so I just send it out and have someone else develop it now. Since I was already on a little detour, I figured it was a good time to get gas before I made it to my next destination, which is Ostrich Land. I actually didn't hear about Ostrich Land until I was researching the next pit stop that I actually wanted to stop at, and I saw this was right in between Morro Bay and my next destination. So I stopped by and went in and saw a lot of ostriches and emus, which I hadn't seen before, so it was really cool. And I even fed them some of these food pellets. I'm not really sure what it was, but the ostrich's beak were very strong, and they often try to pull at the bowl, so I had to hold it tightly. And here's some baby emus, and it was just really cool to see all these different giant birds there. And I can't resist a smashed penny machine, so I got one of a little ostrich head that had the slogan of "Feed the Bad Boy." My third and final stop before driving the rest of the way to Los Angeles was Solvang. And Solvang is a Danish town, and it's really interesting being there because the architecture is so different, and it's like I'm really in a completely different spot. I saw some windmills and some other really cool buildings, but after that it was time to drive on over. It took me about 3 hours to drive from Solvang to the historic park here, but now I'm here, so I need to bring my wagon and start loading everything to my site. I only have a few more trips to go, but then I should be good. When I was planning my trip earlier, there were a few shops I wanted to visit in LA if I happened to finish setting up my booth early, but I did not nearly have enough time, so that didn't happen that night. So I got as much as I could finished, and then I went to H Mart to pick up some groceries. I needed to get some things to eat for breakfast and lunch because I would be at my booth all day and I wouldn't really have time to visit any of the food trucks. And then I had some Hawaiian food for dinner. Good morning, it's 7 o'clock on Saturday, and I need to head over to the park right now just to finish setting up. I wasn't able to get too much done yesterday just because I was a little short on time. I really only got my tent and my tables up. So I still have a lot I need to finish up today. I just got to the park and you could see everything I still need to set up on my table. It's 9 o'clock and it's raining pretty hard right now. There's still about 2 hours before the event opens up, so hopefully it clears by then. But I'm all set up now. I have everything out, and then I have my postcard rack in the middle here just so nothing gets wet while it's still raining. For the week leading up to the event, I kept checking the weather forecast, and the percent chance of rain kept steadily increasing, which gave me a little bit of worry. And the first hour of the event was super rainy, and I think that affected attendance and traffic quite a bit. but it eventually cleared up a little bit and I made my first sale of one of my new enamel pin designs. The rain was coming back and forth and on and off again, so I kept having to put up my tent walls and take them down and move my postcard rack a little more in so it wouldn't get wet, and then move it back out when it got sunny again. But towards the end of the day or later afternoon, the sun came out and there were blue skies, so everyone was super happy when that happened, and then it was time to pack up and close up shop until day 2. Since I had some extra time in the day and I didn't get to see all the stores and shops I wanted to on the first day in LA, I decided to make a drive and visit some of them. The first one was Crush and Touch, which is a gift shop and art supply store, and I had seen their Instagram online for a while now and really loved their whole setup, so I needed to stop by, and I ended up getting a pack of mystery cards, which was really fun and exciting to open up. Also right next door to them was Shorthand, and this is another stationery store, and I popped in just to look at all their greeting cards and the different art they had up on their walls. The Pop Hop was not too far away, and they also had a bunch of unique and interesting zines, as well as other gifts and books and things like that. Good morning, it's day 2 of Renegade, and I just got to the park that the event's at. And I woke up early this morning to go get gas because I'm headed back to San Jose right after the event. So I want to make sure I'm all prepped and ready to go. I have my luggage with me, but I'm gonna head in and get ready again. Day 2 of the event was significantly better than day 1, and I don't think it rained a single drop of water the entire time, so that was really nice. And the attendance and turnout was also a lot better compared to day 1. I had a really good lunch again with this bowl from H Mart, and I also got to talk a little bit more with my vendor neighbors and hear about what they were doing and what markets they usually do. And it's always nice to get another perspective since I'm always vending in the Bay Area and I don't usually get to come down to SoCal. Once it hits 5 o'clock, everyone moves pretty quickly to pack up all their things because everyone's eager to head home. It's about 6:30 now and I got everything loaded into my car. It took about 6 trips, so I'm gonna get going back to San Jose now. I'll probably stop for some dinner somewhere along the way. And just to have a little break, but I'm gonna try to move quickly so I'm not spending too much time on the road tonight. It's Monday morning and I got home last night around 12:30 in the morning, and it's my least favorite part of any event now, which is unloading the car and putting everything back in its place. Here's what the car is looking like right now before I unpack everything. With everything put away, I'm ready to take a break and rest until my next event happening next month.